Signal Chasers.
Hello, Internet. Welcome back to Signal Chasers. We're pretty good on uranium. So, I have 503 uranium in the refinery. Each of the reactors has about 18. We've still got a crap ton left to refine. So that amount represents 2 loads worth of king shrimp uranium mining. I did all that off camera. It wasn't all that interesting. I did skip out on a strong unknown signal, but that's just how much I care about continuity. I want to show you guys those. But yeah, we are now powered. We should be good for as long as I'm going to care about it. I also conveniently sort of relocated to this little lip, and it meant even when I was here with all of the systems off, because whenever I leave the server I shut down most everything including the gravity gen, because this spot is actually oriented to gravity, there's just a tiny little bit that meant I could walk around normally. It was kind of weird. I kept panicking when I'd come on to check that I'd accidentally left the grav gen on. So that's sort of our little update. I don't know why I decided to come outside here, because in reality I want to be inside. So I think what we're going to do today first, I'm actually going to fly over. That asteroid there looks like one of the solid ice ones. Don't know for sure, but I'm going to guess. And if that is the case, one thing we're getting a little low on is ice. Well, I guess we have no ice. Did I just shear something off? No. Probably not. Yeah. So we're going to cruise over there, gather some ice, and then I think it's time to give this ship a paint job. So I think longer term, once I get this painted and, looking like I want, I guess next step, the real next step is to determine where exactly I want to put the Moe's Diner franchise I'm going to build. I'm kind of thinking we head back to my Martian Red marker, partially because we're going to need a lot of iron for that endeavor, partially because, honestly, I think that's a pretty good spot. It's, fairly far out from the gravity wells of everything, so people can get there easily, but it's kind of right in between the moon and Mars, just kind of a good, useful spot. Oh yeah, this thing looks to be solid ice. That or it's just real slimy rock, but I'm gonna guess. Yep. There is at least ice somewhere in it, and looking at the thing, I think we're pretty set. And the only interesting, I guess I should have pointed the parking more effectively, but the only interesting thing, and we sort of see it here, so note that I am falling right now. It's because we're still in gravity. The uranium mining, so uranium is, you don't get a ton of it from ore, so it takes forever. So it took a long time to mine, plus I couldn't use any of my sort of fuel conservation tricks to, conserve fuel, because I was in a gravity well and it would mean that I fell. So, yeah, I very nearly ran the king shrimp out of fuel both of my trips into the uranium hole. Honestly, part of it was, I just kind of wasn't paying attention and forgot that this thing actually doesn't have very much fuel. because I've not really had an issue with it in deep space, because it fills up quick enough. It doesn't use all that much, but the uranium took so long. It was mainly that the uranium took so long, kind of meant that I had to, well, I think only one of the trips I had to leave, not because I was full, but because I was out of gas. Now, I don't know how much of this I want, but I'm kind of leaning towards maybe a few loads. And part of that is because, well, I want enough that I don't have to go out and gather ice for the, station. And on that station, oh, well that's, I don't need to take the ice from that. On that station, I don't plan on having it be like a refueling thing. I think I want it to just be, you know, a place people can visit. But it'll probably need at least a small hydrogen tank. It'll need an oxygen tank, and oxygen will be the main thing I need ice for on that particular venture. If I gather a whole bunch of it, I can just kind of, you know, use that. And I shouldn't need a whole lot of oxygen. It won't be that big of a space, but, you know, I'd like to have a good stockpile of the stuff, given more than likely I'm going to build this thing, you know, maybe start broadcasting and hang around to see if people show up, and then that'll be the finale of the series, so I probably won't ever return to it. I may set it up such that people can, like, donate ice and stuff. I'm assuming people will, you know, care about this and not just see it as something they can blow up. I don't know, but, you know, given how my perception of the players of this game and kind of what we enjoy doing, I feel like having a little, you know, a little space bar that they can go to, and, you know, it'll be just there. I feel like some people would be like, yeah, well, I'll donate some of my ice to, you know, a community endeavor. The real trick will be uranium, which I hopefully will have a lot of because that thing won't have that much power draw, and zone chips for the safe zone, because I do intend to build a safe zone around it. And for some reason the zone chips are a consumable commodity, I think. I'll have to look into that. There's ice everywhere, so I don't think I need to mark this. But we do have our convenient uranium location. Nope, that's not where I'm wanting to go. Let's burn this way. Get ourselves out of the planet. Why does that keep... It must be that there's a group, because the group is on both of those. No, that shouldn't work. Let's just... Okay, you away. You're cursed. Let's just do backwards, backwards, backwards. That's all to reverse, so... There we go, and we'll turn them off just for good measure. Though it won't matter because we're already pretty slow. Ooh. Okay, well that's 2 jumps, full distance, and it's through a planet. And the server's connecting badly. There we go. Let's see if we can get ourselves angled out of gravity real quick. Maybe we'll do a triangular jump. Kind of hop to the side of the planet and then see if we can't hop down, get that signal. Because I should be able to recharge the drives quick enough to get there, hopefully. And while we're doing this, let's do... I need to get rid of some of these. Actually, well, no, I won't be able to jump from where I am. So we'll go to Martian Red first. It may take me too long to get out of the atmosphere, though, considering I'm flying parallel to it at the moment. Well, while we're en route, I may not be able to get to that signal, but let's go on out. I want to do some painting. So I've been thinking about the color scheme for this ship. And I think what I want to go with... it's actually... let's do almost cream. So just a very... like an eggshell white. I don't want it to be shiny. Let's just do clean armor. Paint... ooh. It looks like really bad coffee. Okay. Even lighter. A little bit more orange. Oh, it's almost ivory. Let's just go white. And we have to paint the myriad of subgrids as well. Oh, and there's something I want to do on the... ooh. Right, that's supposed to be weldless. And we go back to clean. And there's something I want to do on my periscope tower as well. Oh. Well, hello, second strong unknown signal. Though that may well be on the surface of Earth. I mean, again, we had... in theory, I can at least land this thing on the surface. It's a question of whether I'd get off again. Let's give it a go. Okay, this is gonna take too long. Let's just get out of this grav well. Figure our jump drive for... ooh. I'm gonna guess this is signal 8702. Just because it's the second one, that's how numbers tend to work. Okay. Now, can I jump there? No. Right, so it is on the surface. Can I jump to the other one? No. I wonder if the other one's on the alien. Nope, there's the alien planet. So it just won't let me jump through the grav well of the planet. Alright. Well, we'll just roughly blind jump our way there. Okay. So that's 1,800 kilometers of jump. Let's see where we end up. Yeah, that's definitely on the surface. Okay. It does seem to be near the pole, though, which would be good for fuel. In fact, looks like it's on an ice lake down there. Okay. Well, go ahead and burn towards it. And then I want to jump myself as close as possible in. This is going to be tight to get down there in time, especially considering there's a chance I won't be able to... Ooh. Jump drive is not very charged. That other one is just out in space, though I'm now over 2 jumps away. This could be a very bad idea. See, what I don't want to have happen is that I get down there, don't have a chance to get the signal because it took too long, and then I'm just stuck on the surface for no reason. Yeah, that's 5 minutes until my jump is recharged. That'll leave me 4 minutes to get to that signal. My reactors are on and cooking. So, I only have 80% input. Oh. No, that's the charge, maybe. Because max input is 32, and I have 32. I don't understand math. Okay. So if I were going... Let's go all the way up to full speed here. So at 100 meters a second... It'll take me... I have to go 145 kilometers... which would be 1450 meters. Over 100... Nah, something... I don't know math. Something there's wrong. I don't think I can make it down there. Oops, that's not the button I wanted to press. Yeah. Dang it, I'm probably not gonna see another unknown signal this episode, but I just don't think this is worth trying to land on a planet for. If one shows up on Mars, then I'm probably gonna have a chance to get it. It either shows up on Mars, or if I'm much more precise with my jump towards the planet. As part of that was I ended up well above the surface. In fact, I'm outside of the moon's orbit, or at least at the level of the moon. Well, as we wait for the drives to charge, I can at least do some more painting. And for that, I'm going to need steel. Speaking of, I do kind of like the white on the inside. That was part of my thinking, was the base color is what's going to be the predominant interior color. And I think white works well for kind of the vibe I'm going for. So, my thinking for color is I'd have the base coat be white, and then I want to have sort of racing stripes going on. Those racing stripes, I'm thinking, will run down along... that's not right. Run down along the channel there, and then incorporate the colorable solar panels, which probably means I want them to be both of these blocks wide, which should work because this block and that block incorporates the roof of the rooms down there. So it'll be... Ooh. That may not work. Let's just go ahead and do something and we'll see what happens. So, the reason I need steel, this is a handy tip if you're, painting and want color on the top part of a block, but not on the side. So for these sort of slopey bits, you want it, these two surfaces, but not those. You can use panels that are more or less flush to the surface, but are separate blocks so you can color them differently. And actually what I may do, I'll make these all panel. That way the inset bit is white on both sides, because otherwise we'll get a situation here where you look inside and, oh, that doesn't match up. And it'll keep the color a little bit more tame underneath. Plus, technically, it provides ever so slightly more armor, so... Okay. That's actually not too bad. Because it kind of... You've got the separation of height, so it has that little bit of depth, and it kind of helps accentuate that depth. Though from an angle it looks... I don't know, it's still kind of interesting from an angle. A little odd, but interesting. Well, so that's that. Let's see how this looks from the inside real quick, and I'm probably ready to jump. Okay. Yeah, so up here, the sort of streak with the windows is orange, which, you know, is maybe a little odd, but it does give a splash of color to this space. I may do some other accenting work. Yeah, same over here. And you don't get any weird color juxtapositioning. So, like, you know, the orange line goes here, it doesn't just end abruptly. And actually, over here it works pretty well. I think maybe what I'll do... I kind of avoided this. Oh. The server doesn't seem happy today. Yeah, so if I do a slope like that, then it's just the windows that are orange on the inside. It will make walking up here, it's actually... We'll try a half slope, just because without gravity, walking up... Thank you. Without gravity, walking up one of these, when there's a slope block right above it, gets a little awkward because you don't actually quite fit in the hole. So... this will hopefully alleviate that problem a bit. Let's go ahead and... Actually, let's go ahead and clean up a little bit. Alright. Preparing to jump to Martian Red. Oh boy. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I like the splash of color from the outside. Though... Oh. Wow. Closer than I thought. Jeez. They jumped me in like feet from the edge of the asteroid. Let's bring the big thruster around. So I'm thinking I may try something to improve the look of this a bit. We'll see how it goes. Bring us in close to this asteroid so that we can easily do some mining later if we need to. So I feel like there's almost too much color going on. Ooh, and actually, I've changed my mind again a bit. I think I have a better way of doing this. Maybe? Oh, I'm debating. We'll do each side slightly differently and compare the two. Okay. So on this side, I'm thinking we sort of thin... Well, I guess one of my ideas is thin the line down a bit. So then at the back, we have our 2 wide, and it kind of cuts in and then turns into a 1 wide, and I may actually... At that point, I may run that color line down all the way to the, you know, the little middle split bit. So that's one idea. The other idea is to sort of do the opposite. So we have the flare out there, then the color is in the sort of trench. And then it comes out. I'd shift these back a bit. Yeah, no, I think I like this design. This is sort of what I was envisioning initially. And I was trying to figure out how to make this transition. And in fact, I could probably do this a little differently too and make that transition make a little more sense. Okay, I'll work with this design and then go from there. Maybe. Hope this doesn't depressurize things. Shouldn't, because I'm pretty sure... Well, that shouldn't. Will this? No, I don't think so. Pretty sure all the blocks involved there are pressurized. Let's... Real quick here. We'll reverse our periscope piston just because down here gives me cargo access. And actually I can do the other thing I wanted to do, which... Let me check something. That's interesting. Oh no, it's here. Yeah, so those take magnesium. Do I have magnesium? Oh, I do. Perfect. We'll get to that in a bit. So I think I can actually... Kind of doing similar to what I did before. It won't look quite right. It may be enough. See, what I almost want is this, but to have basically 2 heights instead of a slope, and I don't think we have a block like that. I think that's my best bet. So yeah. That sort of works. From that angle you get this, kind of fans out.
Energy low.
I don't know. This is tough. Because the issue is that sort of works from there, but when you look at it from the side, it's gonna be weird because that transition's wrong in multiple ways. Maybe my issue is I started at one forward. Let's put it over here. So we'll have a normal full block there. Then we do our this. Then we have that on top of it. That way the transition's already kind of weird. You know what? No, I think part of the weirdness is that this transition is so abrupt. I think I need to keep the same slope as here. I should be able to do that. I think. I don't know. Is there a block that's gonna do what I need it to do here? I don't know if there is. Yeah, because what I need is that. But I don't want it to dip down like that. I think we're in a situation of we're gonna have to accept the best option, even if it's not a particularly good option.
No energy.
I think the best option now is energy. Okay, I think we're gonna do... We're just gonna go real simple here. Though, preferably by using the right blocks. So, we've just got cube, wedge. And even though the height is wrong, we still get the sort of visual widening transition. It kind of works because this is here, already breaking up the line. Yeah. I mean, it's not perfect, but I think it's what we got. We're gonna go with it. Okay. Again, not perfect, but it'll do the job. So, I'm gonna want to duplicate that down here. Which will be slightly... Well, nah, I guess it's not too different. Oh. Okay, and that has vented. Great. Good thing I got all that ice. Yeah, not perfect. Oh, do I bother? Let's test it up top and see if this improves anything, because I do have an idea. Just stick that there to hold it. So we do have this. Nah. I think this is going to be... Let's just stick with what we have that sort of works. Not worry about trying new things. Okay. So that's color up there. Now last thing I kind of want to do... And we'll experiment a little bit with it. So we've got the clean, I think sci-fi armor. Got a bit of detail, but that's way too dark. Do I go shiny? No, shiny's not it. Maybe neon surface? Hmm. Nah, that's a little too Tron. So what I'm wanting to do here is give the middle area, one, a difference in color to kind of distinguish the two halves. And I want to give it a little detail. So you can see, like, back here, in the wings section, I sort of added these pipes in. They're kind of going different ways. And that's sort of there to mimic the greebling that's common in Star Wars, where you'd have, like, a slight indent like this, and that's where all the exposed, mechanical bits live. Unfortunately, we don't have any exposed mechanical bits on an angle, so I want to try and copy that with a texture. I think the sci-fi is going to be my best shot. And then we'll paint all this stuff in the same. Oh, though you lose... Dang. So because this gray is pretty much the color of this gray, you lose a lot of detail. So what if I do darker? Nah, it still doesn't pop as much. Okay. Well, then maybe it's just the center line, and because these have that texture on them already, we'll just go with that. Maybe for the heck of it. I dump some of my inventory. We'll go ahead and make pipes that run this whole distance. There we go. A little more detail going on. Nice pipings.
Energy low.
Things are probably good. And from the side with the light, there's a slight color difference, but not too much. A little more noticeable in the dark. It's actually almost not noticeable enough over here. I think it'll be fine. I guess last little thing to do. So this is just after the 10-year anniversary update. We have these little firework launchers. I thought it would be fun to have them as sort of, I don't know. I mean, they're firework launchers. They'll do their job. They're also, you could argue, they could be sort of like chaff, You launch them as a distraction. I need, for some reason, the fireworks are in here. We'll make 10 of them. I've only experimented with these in creative mode, so I don't actually know how the firework stuff works. Like how they fire and how the different colors work exactly. I mean, the gist of it is you print the color you want and stick it in the tube. These are interesting because they don't have, if I kind of hold one up here, they don't have conveyor ports. So they are like a firework launcher. You've got to manually load them. But that's kind of fun. Oh, how many of these? Okay, so they can hold 2 technically. They load 1.
Energy critical.
And then have 1 in reserve. Yeah, we have our colored painted ship. Maybe do a quick check inside, see what things look like, but should be fine. Does color up there. What I may do, yeah, let's do that real quick. Which is gonna be probably a pain. I'm gonna paint the floor dash ceiling, this whole middle bit kind of the same. Oh, and There we go. I think I'll just use this paint color for all the detail too, because it is the same as that paint color. I think this will help everything kind of flow together a little better. Have that connection between the colors. And it kind of gives a little more contrast inside. So, these bits are obviously that gray. We're kind of on the mid-level here. Come up. We have a darker floor, lighter above, which I think helps make it look more roomy. Just kind of makes it look like you're standing on an abyss, really. But, you know, we like abysses here. And I caught the couch with that one. There we go. Ooh. Okay, maybe the, maybe we go with the clean for the floor, but with the, gray. Because that looked a little funny. Now I'm painting a bunch of stuff I don't want to paint. What I would give for the, paint gun mod to be a vanilla thing. Alright, well, I've got some stuff to fix. But, that's the gist. Let's see what the fireworks look like. Maybe... Here, we'll bring ourselves into the sun so we can see our, sweet paint job. Oh. They do hit the wings on occasion, but that's fine. Yeah. I think that works. I don't know, a little bit of fun. The colors are looking good. I'm thinking... I mean, it's kind of been done for a while, and there are those things I need to repaint. But I think the signal chaser is done. I think I'm happy with this design. Alright. Well, with that, thank you everybody so much for watching. Feel free to become a member with that member button if, you know, you want to, I guess. And until next week... Bye-bye.